staff. First, I could not be remiss if I didn't first recognize the elected officials of legislation from Nassau County that have been representing the people along the shore. You know, running for election is usually a day-to-day business of just running the county. But in this case, these legislators came to us as a rescue of our lives. It's been very, many years since we've had such a disaster in Nassau County or anywhere on Long Island. And this has really put a test on our legislators, both for their own lives, but answering to their constituents. And as Steve mentioned, this is a New York Rising and flood insurance are state and federal programs, which leaves Nassau County quite helpless, only into the position of advocacy. And that's what I'm here. I'm here as the advocate and the liaison for Nassau County. We have discovered that there has been a lot of disconnect in the understanding between the different ways that the programs are running and how residents are reacting and dealing and navigating through the challenges. We did put together a program. It's called Sandy Recovery Through Education. Tomorrow, that would be the 2nd of August, it'll be at the Merrick Golf Course at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Followed on August 9th, which will take place at the Five Towns Community Center in Lawrence. Followed then by August 18th at the Long Beach Library. Each of those programs are from 6 to 9 p.m., where we will be following up with approximately 11 different topics of seminars, talking about everything from flood insurance into the future, how to deal with your contractors, your building departments, your architect for New York Rising. Most importantly, I don't want to let this go, and that is we are also going to be handling mental health issues. Nobody can move forward with Hurricane Sandy recovery if you first aren't mentally healthy. Ladies and gentlemen, out here on Long Island, we have tens of thousands of families that have been affected, whether it be children, adults, senior citizens. This storm has not ended for many of us. And I encourage those of you who know somebody that's been affected by the storm, reach out to them. They need friendship, they need support, they need encouragement, and many times right now, even some of them need a home to live. This has not ended. We are not all back in our homes yet, but based upon the work of this legislature and the county executive and the efforts of the county, we're doing our best. But this is a community effort, and we do need everybody to reach out and help. In addition to that, on Friday afternoons between now and Labor Day, at the intersection of the Long Beach Boardwalk and the Riverside Boulevard, we are also setting up something called a Hurricane Sandy resource station, where we have several different experts that are being staged on the beach from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. every Friday, also to help and consult on a just walk-in basis. And other than that, we just have to keep our faith and realize that we're several years from full recovery.
Thank you, Michael. So again, I want to thank Legislator Curran and our South Shore legislators, and really the legislators, all the legislators from both sides of the aisle for their tremendous support, outreach, and concern, continued concern over this issue. I want to thank you all for attending, but I also want to open the floor to questions if there are.
Legislator, so 2 questions. One, why now if the bill and the extension expired about 8 months ago? And 2, it says here that everyone who has paid is entitled to a refund in the interim. Where does that come out of? County finances? Does it come out of federal resources?
Yeah, that's going to come out of county finances, and to be perfectly honest, I think it was none of us realized that there had been an earlier expiration to that bill. Once it was discovered, literally at I would say the middle of, I'd say about 10 days ago. It immediately got onto the calendar for our committee sessions on Monday. It is now being advanced to the full legislature today, where I'm sure that it will be approved in strong bipartisan fashion. So it was one of those things, unfortunately, that kind of fell through the cracks, but as soon as it was realized, we acted right away to make sure that the residents were covered, and to make sure that anybody that falls in the gap between January 1st and the enactment date of legislation today will be taken care of.
And I would also add, it's never too late to do the right thing.
Exactly. Any other questions? Thank you so much for your attendance.